At the moment, I just feel like I have no plan. In the words of Phoebe Buffay from Friends, I don't even have a pla. Hey everybody, so today I thought I would sit down and make a study plan because I need to prepare for my upcoming exams in April, and at the moment I just feel completely unprepared. I have no idea how I'm going to set out my revision. I don't even know what content I've still got left to cover. I'm completely a disorganised mess and I'm slightly panicking about exams, and I feel like the best way to combat that panic is just sit down, make a plan and think clearly, break it down into manageable chunks, and hopefully it will all go swimmingly. For those of you who don't know, I am preparing for 2 actuarial exams. They are set by the Institute and Faculty of Actuaries. The first one is CS1, which is Actuarial Statistics, and the second one is CB1, which is Business Finance. I've been studying content for these exams since October, November time last year, but alongside this I have also been working a job, and I will work 4 days a week and take 1 day study per week on average. It has been a little bit of a juggling act. It has taken some getting used to, like I'm working and studying at the same time. Who signs themselves up for this sort of stuff? I know it's going to get really busy as exams approach as well, and I'm not going to be able to cram as much as I usually would be able to, because while my exams are happening, during my exam season, I'm going to have to be doing my client work as well. Yeah, I am just going to open up my laptop because I always make my plans in a spreadsheet. I think the way I'm going to do it is just list all of the days and make myself a little mini study timetable. And of course we're going to colour code it because that's the most fun part. To be honest with you guys though, I haven't really planned my approach in advance for making a study plan, although it does seem a bit excessive to plan how you're going to make a plan, so maybe that's acceptable. If anyone has tips for making a study plan and methods you absolutely swear by, drop them in the comments section below. I'm sure we would all appreciate hearing them. What's the date today? That's the question. The 20th. Ooh, the exam entry deadline was yesterday. Now I'm getting paranoid that I didn't sign up. But I know I did sign up because I got a confirmation email, and why would I get a confirmation email if I didn't register? But you know that paranoia you get when you see a deadline has passed and you're like, did I do it? Did I do it? But I know I did it. I know I signed up. Let's go ahead and start typing my dates into my spreadsheet. I've also put times down the side so that my days are broken down into 15-minute chunks in each cell of the spreadsheet. Not because I'm going to plan in that much detail now, but because I know near the exams, when I'm actually planning out my study days, I will want to break my day down into hourly chunks or whatever, and this will be set up all ready for me to do it. But for now, we are literally just gonna write in a topic that I'm gonna study on a particular day rather than going into too much detail. This is like a high level initial plan, you know? Okay, first things first, let's put in my exam dates. 21st of April is CB1 exam. Actually, I should look up the time. I think I signed up for the earliest time possible for some reason, because clearly I hate myself and wanted to have to get up early. 8:30 a.m. my exam starts. That is disgusting. I'm going to have to add a half hour into this spreadsheet because I only started the days at 9 o'clock here. I'm going to put it in red because exams are a bad thing. CS1 is split up into 2 papers, so I have the 15th and the 16th. One of them is an exam where we have to use R, and the other would normally be what they call the written paper, except we're typing up our answers in Microsoft Word, so it's still technically a online computerized exam. Next thing I'm going to do is block out all of the time I am working. I'm going to make it grey because the times I'm working are really quite irrelevant to this study plan. Okay, so I think I've greyed out all of the days that I am going to be working, although I'm now going to go ahead and figure out when bank holidays are and when I've booked time off for mock exams and make adjustments to that. Oh wow, my CB1 exam is on the birthday of the Queen. What a way to celebrate the Queen's birthday. Now I need to write in mock exams. I just need to remind myself when I booked time off for those. Tuesday the 9th of March. That is quite soon. I reckon I should make it red again. Even though it's a mock, it's still an exam. Thursday the 18th. CB1 mock. Right, so they're kind of the immediate things that I want to be working towards. I'm just greying out the time before the days I'm working because there's no way I'm getting up early to study. It won't happen. I could plan for it to happen and it just wouldn't happen, so let's be realistic. So now I have got all of the blank cells to play with as time in which I can schedule study. Now what I'm doing is going online and getting up the syllabus of the exams I'm taking so I can literally get a list of all the topics that I need to revise and then distribute them evenly throughout the days. I've just realised that my ebook course notes have a read aloud option, so theoretically I could just set it off reading aloud while I sleep at night. That's supposed to make things sink into your brain, right? I have now got in 2 separate tabs a list of all the topics I need to revise for CB1 and CS1. I am first of all going to divide my days up into stats and business work. It should probably be roughly 2/3 CS1 and 1/3 CB1. Although to be fair, I'm actually going to make it half and half because I've covered all of my stats stuff and I have not covered all of my business stuff. Okay, let's just use a colour for each of them. So yellow can be stats. Okie dokie, it's now dark outside and I've been spending longer on this plan than I thought I would. I'm finding it harder to plan out my strategy for these exams because they're completely new to me. I've never sat actuarial exams before and they're pass fail, you know. It doesn't matter if I get 100% or 80% or 60%. As long as it's past the pass mark, fine. I just need to pass. So I don't want to go overkill, you know. But equally, I don't want to slack off and not pass, you know. I'd rather study more and get a really high grade unnecessarily than study not quite enough because I thought I was being clever and then fail by like 1%. That would be really upsetting. I just have no idea whether I'm going overkill or not. Where I'm up to is I have been colour coding my timetable. Purple is CB1, yellow is CS1, red is exams or mocks, green is freedom. So I'm pretty happy with like my last run up to exams. I've basically got a few days of just doing past papers like a maniac. I have then got all these other days to work with. Blue is time off, and I don't know whether I'm taking enough days off or not, or too many. Do you know what? I'm going to start just trying to plug in the different topics that I need to revise into these blocks of time and see where I get to with that and see if I think it's reasonable. I think I've got there somehow. You know what, I stopped complaining and panicking about how I was going to fit it in and worrying that I was going to get the balance wrong and just got going on making a timetable. It's just a starting point. I can change it as I go along if I feel like I've been too ambitious or if I'm getting through things quicker than I expected. This is not set in stone, but I just feel so much better because I feel like I have a starting point, you know? I'm not completely plunging into unknown and blindly hoping that I get everything done in time. Theoretically, if I stick to this timetable, I will be ready for my exams and pass them. And that's what we want. I'll screen record in a second. My laptop is just being a bit slow. But while we wait for it, I would actually be really interested to know what the timing is of all your exams this year. If you're sitting exams anyway, comment below when they are, like what month they're in. I'm sure the timing of exams must vary a lot between countries. And it also varies between kind of what stage of schooling you're in, right? Like, I've never had exams in April before. They were always May time when I was at school and then June time when I was at uni. I actually think I'm going to prefer having them in April though, because I can have more fun when it's sunny in June rather than just revising. Okay, so here is my study plan spring 2021. Next Tuesday, we've got a tutorial. Then I want to practice typing answers for CS1 because so far I've pretty much been answering all of my questions using pen and paper, and the actual exam is in Microsoft Word, and I need to practice using equation editor and getting fast at that. It's not going to be fun. I'm still a bit bitter about the fact I have to do my exam in Microsoft Word, but me sitting here being cross about it is not going to make me do well in the exam. I just need to suck it up and get practicing. Then I want to use the last part of my study day next week to study some business stuff. Then I've decided that I'm going to do one evening's study next week. I don't know how long I'll study for, but I want to practice going through all of the R functions for the various distributions that I'm going to be using in the exam. For those of you who don't know, by the way, R is a coding language which we use for one of the stats exams. And I've also decided I'm going to do some studying on Sunday next week. It's not that bad. I'm still taking all of Saturday off. I just want to get my final statistics assignment done, and that assignment should cover generalized linear models, Bayesian statistics, credibility theory, empirical Bayes credibility theory. I know GLMs, I know Bayesian stats. I don't have any clue about these credibility theory things, but hopefully my tutorial would enlighten me on those and enable me to do the assignment. Thursday is going to be my default study day going forwards. I might have to move it around a bit. You have to be kind of flexible when fitting around client work, but I'll always take at least one study day a week. On average, I've decided to do one evening's study a week going forwards as well. So I've decided to do some CV1 flashcards the week after next. On this Thursday study day, I've literally just listed a few business finance topics that I want to cover. Then the following Sunday, I'm doing some mock preparation because my CS1 mocks are on the Tuesday. I've been quite vague with that because I think on the day itself, I'm going to know what areas I'm less confident on and want to practice. Again, this is all me just finishing off the business finance topics that I haven't covered yet. So I literally haven't read over the notes yet for growth and restructuring and cost of capital and capital structure, but hopefully I'll pick it up quickly. We'd have to hope so. Then I've got another evening study, mock prep, actually doing the mock. Then I want to reflect on my CS1 mock. I've set this time aside because I know I'll get a marked copy back, and it always takes a little while to sit down and figure out where you went wrong on questions. And I think it's quite a valuable exercise to read the marker's feedback. Once my mocks are done, I am literally just going into proper revision mode. I've set aside different topics for different days. I'm going to be doing past papers full time from 11th of April onwards. But before that, I could do with making time for at least 2 past papers a week, I reckon. Hopefully I'll be able to fit past papers around all of these different revision topics, and obviously when I'm revising these topics I'm going to be doing practice past paper questions on those topics anyway. Oh, and the other thing is that I am putting aside 15 minutes every day to practice touch typing. Because my CB1 exam is obviously in Microsoft Word, and the nature of the questions is that a lot of them are long answer, writing paragraphs of text, and I need to be able to communicate what's in my head onto my screen as fast as possible. And I know that my typing speed is definitely a weak point for me at the moment. I did sciences at uni, so I never wrote many essays on my computer. I'm just way more comfortable writing handwritten answers with pen and paper, and I don't have that option this time. So I am really making a push to increase my typing speed in time for the exam, and I'm doing that by just practicing little and often. And yeah, I think that rounds up my timetable. Thank you for keeping me company while I made it. We'll see how it goes. All I can say is I just feel a lot more calm now. Planning is a great way to de-stress, honestly, would recommend. Also, I'm definitely planning on filming the lead up to my exams and filming exam season itself this year, so subscribe to watch all of that and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Hit the notification bell if you want to get a notification every time I upload, and also follow my Instagram for more content from me. I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye!